everyone, my name is Roya, and today I'm coming to you with a review of Jasmine Zumideh Needs a Win by Susanna Azim Boyer. This is about a girl who wants to really get into NYU, and in order to do that, she thinks that her best chance is to run for student council president and win, and unfortunately, the Iran hostage crisis happens the very next day after she decides to do this and commits to doing this. And so the very next day, she has to make her speech, her vote for me speech, when she's Iranian American, and suddenly, in light of the hostage crisis, there's all kinds of prejudice against Iranians. And basically, it does not help that her little brother decides that he is suddenly a huge activist for this cause and very proud to be Iranian and very outspoken about it all. And thankfully, since he's not in the same grade as her, a lot of people don't necessarily know that he's her brother, but then that also means she has to kind of say, oh, I don't know him, and all of that, all to try to save face and try to win the election. So this is a really good book in that it really shows just how bad lying about something is and how much it can really get out of control. She not only is she trying to seem more white and more white passing, she and basically denying her heritage to try to be elected student council president, but she also sends in her application to NYU early decision saying that she won and that she is the student council president when she has not actually won yet. And so that just raises the stakes for her about how it is imperative that she win. And none of that is good. It is all so tense, and it's a book that you read not being able to help just feeling so terrible and biting your nails, why did she lie about all this stuff? And it just spirals more and more out of control, and she can only do so much to mitigate that, and it just gets to a point where she can't do anything about some of the stuff that is going on with her, and it's crazy. So in that sense, so I actually read this last year, but because the boycott on St. Martin's Press was going on, I skipped it in my wrap up and said this. So this was one of the books that when I made a wrap up, a monthly reading wrap up, I said the next book I'm not going to talk about because it's a Wednesday Books title, it's a St. Martin's Press title, etc., etc. So I ended up not reviewing this book on this channel at all and skipping a book for basically the first time ever in the entire history of this channel. So I had been meaning to make this video at some point just because I think this book is so important, and now that the boycott is over, I can post a review, and this seems like a really good time to do that because we are entering into another major issue where Iranians are going to be more racially profiled once again, and it's not that we haven't had other events that are similar in that regard since the hostage crisis, which was obviously a long time ago. 9/11 was really bad for all West Asian Americans getting racially profiled for no reason. And so one thing that I think that this book really does is show just the fact that it's set back during the hostage crisis, which was a very long time ago. It still parallels things that are going on currently, things that go on in modern day, and it just shows how much we have not gotten much better at all. The only criticisms I really have about this book were that other characters besides Jasmine are very flat and one-dimensional, and a lot of the plot lines are very truncated and convoluted, and so I think that there were things that could have been done a little bit differently, but obviously, like I said, I read this book last year, so I don't have any specific examples to kind of say I think that this should have been this instead and that would have made the plot move forward better, anything like that, like I normally have. but I did have those things at the time that I read this. But basically, I really, really highly recommend this book, and especially now with the current events that are going on now. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you've read this book, please let me know in the comments, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye.